And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from the Superdome. Out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we... They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Stop your whining. Mexico.
Throwing his line. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Ginn. Oh, shifty. Whoa. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 45. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a second and long. Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now Carr. And Ginn's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
Down, later 8, 185. White. Kill, turn up. Alert flare.
Gurley again here on first down. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Carson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 5-yard gain. Now it's Carson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Now, 180. We're good. We're ready. Go Chief.
On first down, it's Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, if you do read man covers, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Ginn. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. After the interception, it's Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. It's 2nd down and 10. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Locke. Caught by Sanu. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Makes it 3rd and 4. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, it's Carson. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Throwing on first down is Carr. And Anderson's got it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Carr. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
What down? 180. That's right.
Watch safety 3. Watch safety 3.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here, 2nd and goal.
Switch.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns, and the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 22.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Luck. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. On 1st and 10, Luck. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season. Back to throw, Luck. Looking deep downfield. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, Damontae Kazee. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now this time, Carl throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Airing one out for Crowder. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the intercept. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit up. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We saw this franchise do this back in the 2009 Super Bowl. The Saints will start the second half with an onside kick. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On the toss, it's Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go, let's go. Watch out, watch out. Roll.
Again they run with Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. Carr going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fluck now to throw. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
What now? 180?
Yeah, Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Hand me.
Switch.
What's up?
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
You got tape.
Now it's Gurley. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
You're not ready.
Now a play fake. Carr. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Back to the workhorse today, it's Gurley. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now a 1st carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Corey Littleton, Pro Bowler for the first time a season ago, in to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
We're good. 280. Well done, Bo. OP. Jumper.
Now they'll toss to Gurley left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Good job.
14 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run again with Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing.
On 3rd down. Carson, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Play action. Now it's Carr. And he rifles one incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Found his target. It's Anderson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Hey, turn it up.
Check it back. Check it out.
On the counter, Gurley. And he's taken down inside the 30. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. This is Crowell on the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
All day, baby, all day.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.